I don't think Dallas can possibly shoot as poorly as they did again last night. The missed threes, the missed layups. Defensively, I know the Celtics were doing a lot to disrupt them, especially with some of the pick and roll stuff and the lob dunks, and that they can keep up. But Dallas is going to hit more shots at some point in this series than they did last night. And, as poorly as they played last night, they still got it to within 8. So I didn't get the same sense that, oh, boy, this thing is over before it even began.
Yeah, I agree with everything you said up until, again, I just don't see them. I think this one in 5, which would be great because I don't think anybody wants to go back to the Dallas for Game 6. And I don't think there's much that they can do to go back to the drawing board in the next day and a half or so here and come up with a new scheme of things. I just don't think there is. Luka's going to be Luka. He's going to take the shots. He's going to get his 30-plus points. Kyrie, who's now 0-11 against the Celtics, by the way, was sad last night. He was very busy during the game. I've never seen this. I've been doing this, for 100 years. I've never seen. He had a running dialogue going on with a guy in about the 6th row, and he's running up and down the court, and he's yelling at this guy and giving this guy kind of the finger. Yep. And it's just crazy.
Wait, that's interesting. Wait, Mike, because we don't know that. All right, so because I don't think they said anything about it on TV.
Couldn't really see it, yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying because you were at the game that Kyrie was into it with a fan basically the whole game?
I was sitting like 9 rows back in mid-court, and this guy was about 4 rows back. And he got up and he yelled at Kyrie when Kyrie came in the game maybe the second or third time. And Kyrie kind of gave him a little shit back. And then the guy kept on him, and then Kyrie started looking at this guy and started pointing at him and started mouthing a variety of things to this guy. And next thing you know, the ball's in bound, and people come up down the court, and Kyrie's dealing with this guy. And it went on for maybe 2 or 3 possessions. And in one of the possessions, he got the ball and made a couple moves. He couldn't do anything. He got rid of it and turned around and started going back and forth to the guy again.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy. I've never really seen that.
So you're saying that not only because players get into it with people, but it was distracting him enough that it was affecting his game.
And for those periods that he was at it, which was probably a period of about, I would say, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, yeah. Because once you had your attention, it's all you could see, and he didn't really want to. It wasn't like it was during a timeout. You see that stuff all the time where somebody yelled at somebody during a timeout and they yelled back. But not while the game's in progress. And he didn't let it go. He went up and down the court with it. One time he got the ball, as I said, he couldn't find a shot, and he got rid of it, and he turned right back around and started yelling at the guy again.
Isn't that interesting? And all that talk about how he wouldn't let the environment affect him, it clearly affected him last night.
Yeah, but John, you got mad at him. Well, hang on. John, you got mad at him because he said the environment affected him last night.
No, I got angry at him because he said it didn't or it wouldn't, and then he admitted as much afterwards. My point was he was all talk at the start before we started this thing, and then lapsed back into what he normally is. The crowd
is more fair, but he did admit that the crowd got to him.
I wasn't upset that he admitted that. I was upset that you're never quite sure when Kyrie says anything whether or not it's the truth, because it could change 2 days from now. That was my point.
I agree with that. I think John's point is very good there.
Yeah, Fred.
John's point. You don't mean that, and I do appreciate John you taking or you Mike taking pity on poor Jonathan.
Yeah, you're really mixing the mentoring message that Fred is trying to do this morning by telling those kids something that just listen. Yeah, they're just not true.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Toucher and Hardy here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.